Hey guys, it's OKB, and this is how to use SameHada Kisame with his breakthroughs. I already made a video on SameHada Kisame without breakthroughs, so you guys can check that out if you just have the 3-star version. But this is for the 4-star version. I'll go over 3-star very quickly. Now before you do that, check the descriptions for Discord, and there's an ingots method by SwagBucks. Sign up for United States, UK, or Canada. Those three are the best zones. Or you can use a VPN, pretend you're from there now. So, let's talk about Kisame. Kisame 4 stars. Like, Kisame always had a scaling that gave it more damage. Like, on the same level of Kakuzu, just without the defense scaling. And so, with his breakthroughs now, he has scaling that surpasses Kakuzu. But I actually still think Kakuzu is better as a position 1, unless you're in a 3 versus 3 setting. The reason being that Kisame can scale more with the breakthroughs now. Kakuzu, though, hits twice and then he has a chase. Kisame only hits like a row, front row, and then a chase. And he also Kakuzu also has those abilities that remove all debuffs, you know. So in a way, I still consider Kakuzu better, but Kisame is still good in very different situations. In terms of his abilities, at 3 stars, he summons sharks, breaks the barrier, and stops everyone from using mysteries unless he dies. With his +2, he summons 5 sharks with less HP, so they die easier. And, you know, it's still the same thing. Except now with standard, if any sharks are alive and they're able to use standard attacks, they'll be able to acupuncture people in the front. Which means if you're fighting another shark Kisame in the front, or maybe a Kakuzu, you might have an advantage in the next round because they're acupunctured and you get to use your, maybe your position 3 gets to mystery first or something. So that's something good about his +2. +1 doesn't have that acupuncture effect, but he summons 4 sharks as well. So that mystery ability is actually pretty useful. Now the Y, the offensive type, is to destroy the barrier and hit every unit on the field. Hit all the enemy units on the field. Interrupt one person, which is pretty typical. But then you also increase the ninja that you select. His mystery chakra is going to be increased by 20. So if you hit Edo Minato for example, he's gonna go from needing to use 40 chakra to needing to use 60 chakra, and that's for 2 rounds, I think. Yeah, 2 rounds. Oh, 2 rounds is if you have Y+1. Y is just for now. So, you know, Y+1. Once again, the mystery is quite important. The standard attack is simply suppression of super armor on the +2, or an entire row, so you go through the front row. It's okay. It's not what I would suggest first. The chase is just increasing damage to the entire team for the +2. The normal one only hits 4 units. The Y+1 hits 5 and absorbs. I don't think that's much better, to be honest. Yeah, it's probably better to do +2, because yeah, 5 units. I don't see what the big difference is, but +2 is definitely sounds a lot better right now. Passive. Now we're talking about scaling. Now, he already has the 100% scaling, so 100% chakra, 100% attack and ninjutsu if you have 100 chakra. With his +2, he has the same scaling, but he absorbs 30 chakra when being hit by taijutsu attack, kind of like Rin and Sasuke. The Y+1, though, increases his scaling, so once your chakra's at 20, then he starts scaling, but it scales twice the amount, which means if you have 100 chakra, 80% is going to be used for boosting, and ×2 is like 160% at most in buffs. So Kakuzu is 100% attack and ninjutsu. Kisame is 160%. That's a huge deal until you think about how it actually costs chakra to use the mystery skill on your Y+1. So if you're hitting everybody on the field, you're actually getting less buff, which is, instead of 160%, it turns into 140%, which is kind of nice. It's like having a Kakuzu with an Edo Hiruzen buff, which is decent, of course, but yeah, not as good as 160%, which would be a lot better. I know it's 20%, but like at a certain point, being able to deal so much damage is pretty important. Now, there is a way to get around that. If I put Kakuzu in front, so if I have Taisho Konin, and Taisho Konin gives you chakra whenever an Akatsuki member uses the mystery. So if I put Kakuzu in front, but I stack Kisame position 2, I could use Kisame, use both Kakuzu and Kisame at the same time. Kakuzu uses 0 chakra, and he uses mystery first to generate chakra, which means Kisame, even though he uses his mystery ability and it costs chakra, it turns into 100 chakra, and then you do 160%. So I'll show you that later. That's one of my teams. But yeah, this is a trick that you can use to maximize the scaling on this Y+1. But the weakness is that, unlike Kakuzu, there's no defense scaling. Okay, but instead of defense scaling, he has this passive on the bottom, which, you know, could be triggered 3 times on 3 stars, but with +2, it's 4 times, and you heal more HP each time. So you heal up to 60%. Or the Y+1, which increases your attack and ninjutsu by 10% whenever a unit dies, which I don't consider that good. But if you think your Kisame can survive, you know, your opponents or something, I guess that's fine. You know, just scaling and scaling, scaling. I mean, in terms of scaling, it's decent. It's actually, if in 3 vs 3, this could be better than Killer Bee. Could be better than Kushina as well, as long as you don't hit Kushina too many times. It's kind of on those level. It just doesn't heal as much. Yeah, I mean, I would prefer healing 80% of the time. So those are the abilities, all right? Y+1. There's a lot of mix of abilities, and I gotta say I'm gonna go with this one. So if you don't have a lot of power, and you just want a position 1 Kisame team, Edo Itachi shouldn't be too hard to get. Taisho Konin was given out for free a couple times, but if not, she's still out there. And then use Fireman, and these are the stats basically. I use Ninjutsu Urge. This is more of a 3 vs 3 team, but I guess this works still with 1 vs 1. I should have changed this to water, but I don't have the cultivation pills yet. And the reason I'm doing Repulse Knockdown is so that Konin can do Knockdown Repulse with 10 combo. And then it goes back to Repulse, which means I use Fukuroma's, which is Repulse High, Chase High, and Edo Itachi Kaisa's High Low with 10 combo, which would basically, you have Chase from both of these guys, Konin and Edo Itachi, which turns into a 20 combo for Kisame, which is pretty nice. All right, any of these guys, almost any of these guys can activate the combo, because Taisho Konin causes High, which, you know, Edo Itachi chases. Edo Itachi causes Knockdown, which Konin chases, and then Kisame also causes Repulse, which the Fireman chases to these guys. So yeah, there's a lot of ways to drain chakra, get a little extra damage in. Kisame, weakness of Kisame is that he's not immune to status is the thing. So running against Sasuke is good against him. Kakuzu slightly, I think he has a slight edge over him in 1 vs 1. In 3 vs 3, not so much. Kushina, you could out damage Kushina depending on, yeah, I think it would be a pretty close call if you're fighting against Kushina. You probably actually need another buff on Kisame if you really want to blitz that out on Kushina. But you could have a lot of healers and just not hit Kushina, and you'll be able to scale and deal enough damage to destroy everything. So he's pretty good against Kazekage Gaara, but you can go back and forth like this. Okay, so yeah, that is one of the teams. Another team, I don't have Takasegetsu, but I believe one of the best teams that you could do with him was something like, I should probably go Arena for this one, huh? I mean, Zetsu's also a good one. I'm going to mention that too, but you could do, let's see, Kakuzu, here. No, not main character. Kisame. I keep forgetting how to pronounce the thing. You can use Earth Main, by the way, to increase the water, as long as you have the breakthroughs. Water and Earth, yeah, that will give him quite some power there. And also, last one I think was Taisho Konen, something like this. And if you want to use Earth Main, then you probably should run Katsuyu to remove at least one debuff or something for, you know, double heal. I think you put him in front like this, and then he could be a huge high damage dealer. Yeah, you could use Fire Main too. Probably Fire Main would be better. Just status reflect and generate chakra every single round. It's all kind of nice there and there. Oh, right. Besides Taisho Konen, I probably use Soiketsu here, Take Soiketsu. I don't have it on this account, but you can definitely add that in, and then use Fire Main here, and then you can. Yeah, that's actually a pretty standard team from what I see so far. It could also work both ways, to be honest, like this. Yeah, I mean, you could also summon a whole bunch of sharks and then block the entire back row with that. Have them die so that Kakuzu gets more damage in. Or maybe Kisame gets more damage in. Honestly, whether you put Kisame as your 3 versus 3 powerhouse, whether you want to stack him, it depends on how many people you're fighting against. 2 versus 2 could go both ways. Kakuzu could be better, or Kisame could be better. You never really know. 3 versus 3 though, Kisame wins, and then 1 versus 1, you probably want to do Kakuzu. But one of the, I think my Sage or something, I use something like this. No, I use Zetsu, but Sage Arena, I think I use something like this. You know, I stack Kakuzu because he hits 2 times, 3 times, maybe 4 times with this mystery. Because mystery, chase, 2 standard attacks, and he hits 4 people at one time. Kisame just hits everybody once, and then hits a row, which means he hits less people. So even with his better scaling, it's not as much damage. All right, and then I use Fire Main instead of Earth Main because to get the shields to be immune to debuff, so that I don't have to get enfeebled by Edo Minato or running on Sasuke Chaos or something like that, something weird like that. You know. And then Taisho Konen's always nice just to generate chakra by using your mystery. It's kind of like a moderate effect. Whew, okay. I'm going over this very quickly because a lot of these are gonna be in my teams, so you can just look at the team section, you know, from the timestamps. Okay, this is 189. Let's see. Talk about Zetsu here. Zetsu is great for Kisame. Oh, you could use this too. This is what I use for 3 versus 3. Great Ninja Armada is kind of nice. Wish I still had the. I wish I had the shields on this, but I don't. But yeah, suppress immunity is kind of nice. So you cause repulse. Your main chases repulse cause knockdown, and then your Madara can just suppress their immunity to status. It's also kind of nice to have Kakuzu here. But you know, one of the teams that you could do. No, this is my Kushina team, huh? Yeah, one of the teams you could do is Zetsu. I showed you that earlier actually, so that should be fine. But yeah, I would do Kisame, Zetsu, and Kakuzu. If you don't have Kakuzu, I guess you could use Edo Itachi or Taisho Konen. Taisho Konen is probably a good one. Edo Itachi too, but for status reflect, and then you could probably use Water Main to give Kisame an extra buff or something. So on and so forth. But yeah, Zetsu's great because his clones die easily, or not that easily, but they still die, and that generates chakra because of Kisame's ability. 4 times in our single round, so that's good. You could also go Super Asuma. Asuma with his 40 chakra, Fire Main position 2, just to generate a whole bunch of chakra. Someone who buffs, you know, it could be Edo Hiruzen or I don't know, Great Ninja or 1010 or something. Someone who buffs in the beginning. You could even do normal Konen, right? And then you could do a huge blitz in round 1. Though after that blitz, you will have a lot of trouble if you haven't killed, you know, a lot of ninjas in the back row that disrupt their team, basically. I don't think Kisame's scaling is actually strong enough to blitz to that point, but it is definitely a good blitz if you're doing 3 versus 3. Especially when you have 3 crazy Kisames, and if you want to watch the Great Ninja War, just go on the channel, type in Great Ninja War Kisame, and you'll see it. Okay, you could use other stuff though. I mean, just the normal stuff that you would use with 3-star Kisame, like Edo Minato here, and then you summon a barrier with like 5 sharks, and it stops everyone from using mysteries so that you can Minato in the next round. It's standard stuff. You could use Kushina in here though. They don't really have much in common, aside from Kisame being able to suppress super armor. So that actually might work, because if you do go against a Kakuzu, Kisame can suppress repulse, and since Kushina causes repulse, and you probably want to chase repulse and cause low because you want to immobilize that person and also increase Kushina scaling. So what you can do is Kushina position 1, Kisame just summoning sharks, and then we're gonna have, I don't know, someone in the back, or Killer Bee or something, normal Killer Bees support, like some other random 4th support. But yeah, that could work. I see him, he's probably one of the cheapest metas on this market, but he's also on the lower tier of metas in terms of 1 versus 1. Then 3 versus 3, he's quite powerful. Yeah, Zetsu and all that stuff. Oh right, Edo Nagato could work, 10 combos, deals extra combo, drain chakra. I mean, it could work though. I haven't actually seen a team that worked too well unless it's in arena with Edo Nagato, simply because there's not enough damage. But you could, and he also has a repulse knockdown, increases your target mystery cooldown by 1, which is pretty good sometimes, unless you're going against Kushina, which then it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, Edo Nagato has a good chase if Kisame suppresses super armor, if you have that breakthrough. I mean, there's a whole bunch of other teams. I might as well just let you guys watch that. But before I do that, rank battles, alright? Rank battles is next. I cut a whole bunch of stuff. I had 2 rank battles and I made it 1 because there's Sage afterwards and Sage Arena afterwards. I mean, having Sage and Sage Arena kind of covers both ends of anything, really. So that should be enough. And at the end, there's going to be teams. So, I don't think there's anything to put in space-time quite there. But yeah, and, ninjas you could use Edo Yagura, Seigetsu, Takeseigetsu, Chojuro, I guess, could work. I mean, that's the free-to-play stuff, right? But yeah, he's stronger than any free-to-play sort kind of thing. You use 3rd Raikage breakthroughs though, that could work. But then he's also not stronger than the top metas in 1 versus 1. Unless you really set it up well and Byakugan Tsunade or something. Those are next gen stuff, so we can worry about that stuff later because it's pay to win. Okay. Yeah, that should be all I should mention about these guys. So I'm gonna let you guys watch the rest with a lot of music, and maybe I'll add sound. Maybe I'll add sound for Sage. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? We'll figure it out. See you guys in a couple seconds. Here we come. Let's see what you got. Okay, I might have put Kisame here. Would have been better. See, they're gonna go after my fire main for mystery skills. Oh, but then he's gonna break the barrier. With his own Kisame, of course. The standard way to use Kisame. Okay, training chakra. Yeah, those sharks, they die easily, but they give Kisame life, and it's really good against Kushina, as a support, of course. Yeah, that's not so good to keep buffing Kushina isn't really good. chances are that Kushina is going to hit the Kisame here, but probably the fireman here. Alright, so the good news is that I'm probably going to need defense here, so that's fine. Good news is that my Minato is going to go before his Summer Kakashi because of treasure tools. And let's hope this does interrupt him. Fingers crossed. It doesn't. Interrupt some other abilities. Okay. So in rank battles, his Iruka takes over, which is a bad deal. That gives me some chances. And look what we have here, a whole bunch of Kisames with super armor. Oh, that is so fun. I mean, just imagine all the, okay, they're paralyzed, but super Summer Kakashi, man. But still. Go ahead and kill the Edo Sasuke, I don't mind that. Okay, I still do get the Minato next round, so hopefully I'll be able to interrupt almost anything. Minato is so important. But yeah, Kisame Breakthroughs is pretty amazing. DMP versus D. You're gonna be able to hit everyone again later. I think there's 100 chop around there. I think, yeah, there was a couple units that died, and Tasha Conan. So Kushina is almost dead, but she's gonna heal. And which main is he using? Okay, good. There's no leech happening. Awesome, we're able to take down Kushina, or at least her first attack. Summer Kakashi will deal a huge amount of damage, but thankfully all the Kisame's heal. That is so nice. Haha. Yeah, having one unit die gives Kisame a lot of power. A lot of healing, I mean, not power. And so copied Kisame's are a huge nuisance. Oh, that deals a pretty good amount of damage. We just have to get rid of the position 1s though. Summer Kakashi is still a hassle because of all the mysteries that we're using. Yeah, it's killing everything, but I think we got this. Yeah. We're still interrupting almost everything. Summer Kakashi's a little on the... Yeah. It's too bad everything was paralyzed, but... Give everyone some healing out there. Yeah, that's why I like Adarushi. The ignition stops them from healing much. Oh no, Zetsu's dead. So this actually really is a toss-up now. Yeah, this is no joke now. Ouch. Okay. I like how Summer Kakashi is just activating everything. Okay, nice. Managed to take down some of that chakra. Well, it doesn't matter because he still gets max chakra. Okay, now it's Kakuzu against everything. We did lower his defense with Minato a couple times, so even with his defensive scaling, it shouldn't be too bad. Oh, that's right, I don't have super armor suppression on my Kisame. But it's kind of nice that Nagato's here. This is why I have Nagato. Suppressing immunity status and draining chakra takes out a lot of the metas these days. Okay, now we know who wins. You know, Kazukage Gaara is going to go on forever. So, alright guys, that is ranked battles. Hope you guys enjoyed it, because Kazukage Gaara doesn't die. It's kind of like Immortal Gaara, sometimes better than Immortal Kushina. Whew. Okay, I'm going to show you guys Sage next, some teams and whatever. Who knows the order, what the order is. You guys saw the timestamps in the beginning. See you guys in a couple seconds.
Don't need the lights on, don't need a chair. The moon it shines on, sun on my wrist. I'm gonna take it, I need a seat. Decapitated, love like the Reaper. Yeah, October not gonna be like what's before. Sleeping over, always someone different like a toy. See you dancing, tarantella, call you me and more. Know you gave it all, but now you need to give me more. Fasten, don't you out my window, tinted out the Ford. But before you know it, gonna pick up 3 or 4. They can hear me rolling from the city to the shore. And nowhere I'm asked to keep my face clean from the blood and gore. Need the lights on, don't need a tray. The moon it shines on, sun on my wrist. I'm gonna take it, I need a seat. Decapitated, love like the Reaper. Don't need the lights on, don't need a tray. The moon it shines on, sun on my wrist. I'm gonna take it, I need a seat. Decapitated, love like the Reaper. Don't need to get arrested, tested for me, good to know. The demons out the plane and they're trying to catch a soul. Feeding on the skeleton and soon you see the crows. See the crows, yeah they feeding on. We gon' driving that Tesla, called the selling killer like I'm a Elon. Driving to Mexico, living the ethical like I'm a Philo. Wearing that mask and apparel, we scary, Dia de los Muertos. Rum lemonade, loving the shade. Don't need the lights on, don't need a tray. The moon it shines on, sun on my wrist. I'm gonna take it, I need a seat. Decapitated, love like the Reaper. Don't need the lights on, don't need a tray. The moon it shines on, sun on my wrist. I'm gonna take it, I need a seat. Decapitated, love like the Reaper.
One sweet look, you gave me your number that night in September. I was cold and all frozen, your arms wrapped around me, I know you remember. The I love yous are down to nothing. It's been weeks now without talking. It is time you give me something, 'cause I've given my everything. Giving my everything. Giving my everything. That look, one sweet look, you gave me your number that night in September. I was cold and all frozen, your arms wrapped around me, I know you remember. you so down to nothing. It's been weeks now without talking. It is time you give me something, 'cause I've given my everything. Giving my everything. Giving my everything.
trying to find, all by design, feeling all this power, reckless and devour, traveling the sound, never backing down, wanting to find more. Wanting to find more.
No, 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 no. 10 feet over, say I'm always up too high. Wish you could take me back. We're standing there with arms wide open, where it all began.
You know you've been on my mind. I don't wanna waste no time. 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 You've been on my mind. I don't wanna waste no time. So take it all, take it all.
never seen a thing like me. Don't see the light, had one, now three. It's dead to rights, I killed this spree. Yeah, I killed it. Flying to heights you'll never see. Like a red tights in your degree. Lay down at night, my bed's not free. No, my bed's not free. Big back, no heart attack. You got a bad, no this and that. This bad won't take her back. No, it won't, can't take her back. We got 2 minutes now before you call my ass again. Yeah, I switched you on the speakerphone. Play this song, just sing along. Da 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 da. I said da 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 da. Shout, sing along. Da 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 da. I said da 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 da. Play this song, just sing along. Play this song, just sing along. I made a list I can't forget. Now back to this song, not again. I know you missed that we were friends. Now you miss it. Feels like it's been so long, but it's time right to say with this song. All night we're trying to find the words, trying to find the words to say. Big back, no heart attack. You got a bad, no this and that. This bad won't take her back. No, it won't, can't take her back. We got 2 minutes now before you call my ass again. Yeah, I switched you on the speakerphone. Play this song, just sing along. Da 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 da. I said da 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 da. Shout, sing along. Da 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 da. I said da 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 da. Play this song, just sing along. Play this song, just sing along.
I hope I'm in a better state, falling down the stairs of your spine. I hope I am myself, it's not falling down the stairs of your love. Honey, it's easy, it's not so easy. Could trust me that I'm making music. I wish I could dance with my vibe music during my fucking life. In my eyes, but I know you miss me.